Okay guys, so I'm coming at you from the Expo Center at the Solano County Fairgrounds at FliteFest West 2017. And I was lucky enough to corner Josh Bixler himself.
Hi. I do that all the time. I don't know why.
Right?
I should have come up with a different word.
I've noticed. I've watched your videos for a while.
It's been awesome to get to meet you and your whole family. Man.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. This event has been a blessing for sure.
Awesome. That means a lot.
Yeah, so it's unbelievable. I'm really glad you guys were able to were able to get out here to the west side. So I had a couple questions for you. I was wondering when you first started flying. How long ago?
When did I first start flying? See, I was blessed with a father that loved aviation, so I grew up in an airport where there's a runway in my backyard. Yeah. And it wasn't until I was about 6 or 7 that I actually got too heavy and the trees got too tall for us to safely fly the big airplane out. So, a Taylorcraft BC-12B, and that's when model aviation came back into our lives. My dad did it before we were born, and old escapements and these old radios, but we wanted to continue to fly. Okay. So my dad got me into flying by a gentle lady. Really? So when I was 7 years old, I built a gentle lady, and about 15 seconds into it, I ran it through a tree and blew it into 1,000 pieces.
Of course.
And from 7 to 12 is what it took me to actually be able to competently fly an airplane. It would be 15-second flight, sometimes even less. Yeah. But I had an awesome dad that was helping put the pieces back together. Right. And he was always being the guy that was like, nope, I'm going to show you how to do it. Yeah. And it was frustrating, but I'm so grateful now that he did that. Right? Yeah. So since 7 years old. Really?
Wow. So I have a similar situation. My dad, since he was 15 years old, he's 68 now, he's been flying RC airplanes. So he started with the push button rudder control, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I had a similar upbringing. He's actually full scale pilot as well. Awesome. So I've got that blessing in my life.
Now I know why
he
feels like a brother to me.
Right, huh? So yeah, I've been around it almost my whole life. I've been exposed to it, so it's been great.
Fantastic.
So another question I had for you was, how long ago did you actually start the FliteTest YouTube channel?
I don't want to take any credit for starting FliteTest. There's an amazing gentleman that entered my life named Chad Capper.
Oh, I know Capper.
So about 7 years ago, Rotor Riot Now. So 7 years ago, 2010, my wife and I were doing a flying ministry called Fly for Him, and we did that for about 5 years. Okay. And our whole focus was getting fathers and children into a common hobby to get them engaged and building relationships. Right. And turn that relationship towards Christ. Yep. I met Chad Capper during that time because we both liked FPV, and he had some questions. And he's like, I want to do a web show around getting people into the hobby. Wow. And about 6 months into it, it kind of turned from doing a review / challenges to let's start designing, some scratch build airplanes and featuring scratch build airplanes to kind of make it cheaper and easier. And that's what we did with the flying ministry. We, under $100, under 3 hours, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. We got to do it here, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, for sure.
Chad was fortunate enough to give me the opportunity, and he's the founder of FliteTest. I want to make sure we honor him and love him for that. Yeah. About 2 years into that was when I was able to attach for my full-time job. That's when the business model, frankly, that my wife and I brought in about the product line, the convenience. Yep. Not making people have to choose, but giving them, you can take this path or this path of convenience. With the speedboat kits. Right. That blessed us greatly. And we brought in Alex and Austin, and between my wife, Alex, and Austin, we have the best team ever. Right. These guys are my best, dearest friends. And Josh Scott, by the way, a lot of people ask what Josh Scott is. He's in our life weekly. We just put out 5 episodes a week now, so he's still in maybe 1 or 2 episodes. But I cannot express what a great brother he is to me and how much I appreciate his friendship. Right, yeah. No, we all love Josh Scott. If any of you guys see Josh Scott, make sure you give him a big hug. He likes us. Right, yeah. And then the last question I had for you was, how has this event compared to the East event? And I know this was probably a lot smaller because this is the very first one. It doesn't feel smaller. No? This event feels honestly like our very first event we ever had. There was so much learning opportunity with our first event, 4 years almost ago? Yeah, it was. But this event, there were so many more things we had to learn. But at the same time, the product line, what we knew, the community, all that had grown. Right. So I felt like, honestly, we went back in time 3 years. Really? But I don't think it was representation. I think we were very close to last year's numbers at this event. Really? The way the venue was spread out was kind of making us nervous because we want to make sure everyone saw the family feel and was close together. Yeah. But honestly, I think it was. Yeah. And I saw so many families over there building, down to the flight line, fly it till it crashes, and back up here building again. I think what you guys, the love you guys sent to us, in arriving here, we didn't know what to expect. Right. And it feels like you guys are family.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
So we want to be back here every year.
Yeah. No, I already told my dad we have a standing reservation to come to this event every year. So
awesome.
I'll bring you guys videos as well. So it has been a complete blessing. Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's amazing. No other experience like it. I mean, it's totally original. I mean, I know people have been building planes like this for years, but the way you guys have brought it to the masses is astounding, and yeah, blew my dad away. And like I said, he's been in RC aviation since he was 15 years old. So
well, I want people, the planes are the gimmick. The planes are the tool to build a relationship, and that's what I want people to understand. Like, whether it crashes, the memories that you take away from that are going to be far longer lasting than the silly foam board airplanes.
Exactly.
But the laughter you hear, you go down the flight line, you hear motors and you hear laughter.
Right.
And sometimes a lot of crunching too.
Yeah,
but,
right. No.
It's just such a great experience, and
it is.
I can't express how much great gratitude we have that you guys brought us down here and made this opportunity, because if it wasn't for so many people saying, hey, come to the West Coast, we never would have made it down here.
I was one of those people.
You were one of those people.
And I can't believe it happened, and I'm so grateful.
We don't want to make you guys travel with us. We want to come to you.
Yeah.
You guys have blessed us with so much. We want to make sure that we use those resources and we travel to you to thank you personally.
Right. Well, we appreciate it for sure. So, guys, this has been Josh Bixler of FliteTest, FliteFest West 2017 at the Solano County Fairgrounds in Vallejo, California.
Very first one.
Yep. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thanks so much. Looking forward to meeting you. Love your heart, brother.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love you guys. God bless.
Thank you. God bless you too.